fighters are the boss. Okay, they are the boss.
Yeah.
But if you don't have two people or your team that comes together and come up with a game plan together without bickering, then everything goes downhill.
Tyson Fury versus Wilder 2, the rematch. I think a lot of the consensus going in was that if the fight ended by knockout, it was going to be a Wilder stoppage. If the fight went to a decision, boxing skills, Tyson Fury was going to win by that way. But nobody expected the way it ended, which was Fury TKO in the 7th round. A lot of things happened in the fight. It was a totally different fight than the last time. Tyson came with a new corner, Sugar Hill. Looks like he had a new strategy that they implemented well. We saw a more aggressive Tyson Fury using the jab, working the body, and it looked like Wilder was kind of uncomfortable from the start of the fight. So I think all of our predictions from last week that we saw Wilder winning by knockout, pretty much agree with that?
Yeah.
Except with our guy Ace, you said that you had Tyson Fury going into the fight. You were picking Tyson to win the rematch. Why did you choose Fury to win the rematch or win the rematch?
There's a couple of reasons why. One of the reasons why is that I know a lot of people say if it's not broke, don't fix it. Wilder's been broke for a long time, and he's got one of the best trainers, Olympian Mark Breland, training him. And Mark Breland was one of those guys that knew how to box. I couldn't figure out why he wasn't teaching Wilder how to box. And all his fights, he never taught him. So that came into mind saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You keep winning, we're going to let you stay the same. I think they should have made a lot of adjustments instead of letting him go and keep fighting the way he was, because someone was down the line was going to beat him, a boxer.
Yeah.
Wilder, he's got that equalizer, and that's what everybody looks at, that equalizer. Well, that equalizer means nothing if you can't touch the individual.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And so Fury, he came into the fight more aggressive, smarter. Of course, he had Sugar Hill, which is Emmanuel's nephew.
Right.
He said, I'm quite sure the game plan was to take it to Wilder. Because Wilder never had anybody try to really push him and take it to him.
Yeah.
So they took him out of his comfort zone. And from there, it was all she wrote.
Right, yeah, so this fight was completely different than the first fight. Fury fought a more aggressive style. And you know, Otis, you probably know about some of the tricks that he was implementing, the headlock, the weighing down on the neck, the holding him on the opposite side of the referee to really wear down Tyson. He came in at 276 pounds. So he kind of, I think a lot of that, would you agree, was coming from, you know, the tutelage of Sugar Hill going into the second fight?
Yeah, that was the typical Detroit style, filling the gas, walk down jab.
Yeah.
And with the big right hand behind it, it was everything. It was like it was a giant Tommy Hearns, you know, and the way he's, you know, stalking the ring and everything, making Wilder waste his legs, you know. They were watching Wilder fall apart until they just, you know, just finished him off.
After the third round, that completely changed the tide of the fight after that knockdown. I don't think Wilder looked the same. I think his balance was off. He didn't look comfortable in there, and Tyson Fury kept being more aggressive, and I think a lot of those things were foreign to Wilder coming into the fight. In the 5th round happens, they get into a flurry. Tyson Fury drops him with the body shot. Something that either man didn't do in the last fight was the body attack, and I think we're going to attribute that back to Sugar Hill. Yeah, from there on, it was all Tyson Fury, and then eventually the 7th round, Tyson got the stoppage. They called it off. A lot of controversy because of the fact that Mark Breland stopped the fight. The other co-trainer didn't agree with the stoppage. I don't think Wilder was originally agreed with the stoppage. I really wish we had Ray here because I think he could relate to that situation a lot. With his past. But yeah, so do you guys think that was the correct stoppage, Xavier? Do you think that was?
I think you should have stopped far sooner than that.
Go rounds earlier, right?
Yeah. I mean, to me, Wilder didn't have his legs from the start. Yeah. You could tell right off the bat, first round, he didn't have his legs from the start. And like Ray said, he was probably laid up in, he probably just came in thinking, I'm probably going to knock Fury out, because, I mean, he damn near put him to sleep the first time. So he probably, like Ray said, he was probably laid up with his girl last night or the night before and then came in because he didn't have legs at all from the start. And that's how I've been telling, but he didn't have no legs from the start. And then, how you're talking about the body shot, I feel like the body shot didn't hurt him, but when he got hit, it was more of like he just...
Yeah, he's off balance.
Like, just like he fell down, so from the start, he didn't have no legs.
I kind of disagree on the body shot. I think because, okay, I'm not saying to any fighters out there to go out and get fat. You're supposed to be in shape. But muscle needs more oxygen than the fat. And it doesn't take that much pressure to hit a certain part of the muscle that you feel fatigue quick than from fat. And I think he just got caught right. He was off balance a little bit too. But I think that body shot, he felt that body shot.
Yeah, he's a solid shot.
And him doing all of that, what's that thing what he does when he does his body like that?
Oh yeah,
and take the punches. It's not a good thing. But and also it's the punch that you never see.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
And he didn't know that body shot was coming, so it was more effective him not knowing it was coming.
Yeah.
If he knew it was coming, he probably could have braced himself and took it and fought on. But from the first round, how they took his costume off, I didn't see Wilder being that destructive Wilder that he was in the past. A fighter will tell the trainer all day, and I'm quite sure Wilder was doing this, and Johnson was doing this, no, I don't feel like doing this today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna hold off to this, I'm gonna hold off from this today, we're gonna do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow come, they don't do it. And now the trainer's sitting back like, whoa, okay. Well, he's gotta listen because he works for him, and it's big money. And that's that man's livelihood too, to get paid from this big purse.
Yeah, that was obviously, because I would say that people always saying like, oh, how come Mark Breland doesn't teach him this? It's Mark Breland. Of course he knows what he's doing and he's teaching him all the stuff, but if you're winning with horrible technique, then even you start getting frustrated with yourself.
If it's not broke, don't fix it thing.
I don't want to do that. And that's exactly what I think was happening. He was probably like, oh, hey man, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, look at the way he reacted. I don't know if you guys heard about it on TMZ and everything. When he kicked Mark Breland out of the dressing room.
Yeah.
That's you didn't hear about it?
I didn't hear about it.
So he didn't even allow him in the dressing room after the fight because he stopped the fight. Right?
That's sad.
So, with that being said, that lets you know how that relationship was the whole time. Because
I think a trainer, this is just me, I think all trainers at some point should get in the ring with a fighter and see how it feels. Ones that never fought, get in the ring and see how it feels to do a round.
Right.
And then they'll understand how a fighter feels. And then reverse it to the fighter now, understanding the love and the passion that some trainers have for them to keep them from self-destructing, from hurting themselves. Because most fighters, Brandon, a fighter, us as fighters, we'll say, no, I can go more. No, I'm not hurt. I'm all right. And in the back of our heads, we are thinking, damn, how am I going to survive this next round? There's no way in the world no fighter can say this when they've been hurt or they feel like they're down in the back of their mind saying, how am I going to survive this now? You know? And most trainers can see that thought in the fighter. And that's what makes them start thinking, should I stop this fight or should I let it go on? I guarantee you, Mark Breland saw something in Wilder's eyes and said, look, he lived to fight another day. And for him to put him out of this dressing room and say, that's
he saved his life.
Yeah, he saved
and
his
that was
life.
common sense anyway, because they already knew they had the third fight. So why would you damage the product when there's another fight?
Yeah, because if he would have took a longer ass whooping, I don't think he would have been ready for the third one.
Exactly, because look at like how
He was just getting beat from toe to toe.
And I think that's another thing that Breland has experienced, and like, you know how you feel the day after the fight. Even a fight that you dominate, you still wake up the next day, you know, feeling sore and pains and aches and things like that. So I think he has a better perspective than everybody else in that corner that understood what Breland or Wilder was going through.
Yep.
And
Exactly
also,
right.
they probably all know him better than anybody else to make that decision. But again, I think Breland made the right decision. I think it should have been stopped earlier.
Yeah, it should have been stopped earlier.
Yeah, so I stand in full support of Breland. I think we're kind of all on the same page with that. After the fight, we get to, you know, we always have our controversy, our theory, our conspiracy theorists. First, there was the uniform was 45 pounds. That was
Don't you try all of that stuff on before you even put it on? You gotta try it on and
But
see
the
how
worst
it
thing is,
looks.
there was a video of Walter talking about how he does sprints with the 45-pound vest on.
Right.
There's a video of him admitting that he does sprints with a 45-pound vest on.
Right.
He said his outfit weighed 45 pounds. If you're doing sprints compared to walking, you got the I don't think I think it's just.
You know what what I don't understand is now the trilogy was put in a contract by Wilder and his people.
Right, they both had a rematch clause where they could demand a rematch after the second fight.
Yeah, but they could have said no. One could say no. Said no. So who pushed it the most?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of money for everybody
yeah,
involved.
yeah.
It's a lot of
Who
money.
pushed it the most?
Yeah.
definitely is.
Because me as Fury, I would have been like, no rematch for me, for you, but no rematch, because Fury was the underdog. He was going to stay the underdog, but he was going to make great money and continue to make great money after that.
But I don't think he's going to make as much as a third fight with anybody else. I think
he's
Wilder.
not. He's not.
He's gonna have to go through all the yellow.
But he's gonna eat.
But I'm saying, but he's obviously confident. He dominated the second fight. He knocked him out.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, hey, I did it once, I'll do it again, and I'll get more money in this case.
I think he won the first fight.
It was close. Yeah, it was close. He definitely won more rounds on paper, and then the knockdowns kind of balanced it out. But that's the thing, right? So you look at it. He comes in the first fight with everything that he came with, the depression, the massive weight loss, the layoff. He comes in, he's competitive, and like you said, he looked like he had won. Mm-hmm. The second fight, he comes in, fights a different fight, has more time with a new trainer, and he gets the knockout.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going to happen in the third fight? Now he's going to have another camp with Sugar Hill, and when you get a new trainer, it takes time to mesh with him.
Yeah.
So he's going to get another fight with Sugar Hill. It's another training camp. So how does the outcome become any different than the second fight? Like, how does it change? Who makes the changes?
Well,
Wilder has too.
I'm looking at it a couple of ways. Well, first of all, Fury's father hit it right on the head with all that. He said that the first fight, that wasn't my son. His skin was flappy. He's like he wasn't sharp. He's like he did as well as expected for that time off. He's like, so I know that he's going to destroy Wilder the the second fight. He said that on the round table, and I'm like, what is he talking about? He's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But he knows his son because that's exactly what happened. He with a proper trainer, he just walked him down and destroyed him. The only thing that can change for Wilder is when you have something to fight for, that's when you're the most scariest person there is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And somebody with his kind of power, for him to get his hunger back, like the same guy that won the bronze medal, the same guy that won the WBC title.
It's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, I think that could be an X factor.
Yeah, but do you think
He's gonna come. I think he'll come in heavier the third fight too.
Yeah, but you
Wilder
guys,
coming heavy.
you guys are right. But do you think he still have the drive now?
I mean, a loss can bring that out.
For him,
I mean,
as high and mighty as he felt he was, I
Let
can
him.
beat Tyson. All this, I can be like Tyson, Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
not Tyson, and all that stuff. And then for all the jokes and things that are being said now about, like they got little cartoons
Yeah.
with little legs shivering and
Yeah.
stuff, because of his costume. Like he's more motivated by just negative energy and drive right now.
Yeah, because Wilder
yeah.
he has too much pride, so he ain't
Yeah.
gonna let nothing slide like that. He don't come back.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely think he comes back. He you saw the Instagram video where he told all his fans, not to worry. He's gonna come back stronger. The third fight. He immediately accepted the rematch. So his team was pushing for that. So I'm not so much worried about Wilder. I'm more worried about the other side. So what does it look like? You have this invincible champion, undefeated, knocking everybody out. So there's obviously that Mike Tyson factor, but there's a fear factor before you even get in the ring with them. There's a certain type of intimidation. Now, with the last performance, Tyson Fury kind of puts a monkey or a wrench in that operation. Mm-hmm. So how does it look for him now going in the third? Not only the third fight with Tyson, but fighting somebody else. Is he at a less advantage with that? With after this happening?
I think Wilder's at a less advantage because of this. If he doesn't clear the stuff up with Mark Breeden, then now he has to go get a new trainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now he has to learn that trainer over. We're talking about this fight's in July. That's a very short time.
And we'll get into the Breland factor of it, but I'm more concerned about the image and the mystique. Exactly.
Yeah. His
Wilder.
mystique is gone, but I think the guy believes in himself, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he came from nothing, so
Right.
So I think that even with everybody else, throwing stones and making all their jokes and hit the back of his head, he still believes in himself.
I will bet that Wilder will not go past 6 rounds with Fury this next fight, the third fight. He's going to go in there and he's going to seek and destroy. And the thing is, can Fury stay away from him and outbox him? I don't think so.
So you're expecting Wilder to come in more aggressive for the third fight?
Sharper. And I think that although this happened with him and Breland, I don't think he's going to kick Breland out of the camp because that was the best thing he had going for him. And now, and also, you got to learn a new trainer, which is hard. Trainers got to learn you. You got to learn. The
Tyson Fury did it for the second fight.
Well,
Tyson Fury kind of had that boxing style though.
yeah, and Sugar Hill kind of did it. Yeah, and also, again, it's like Fury didn't have anything to lose really. He only had to gain.
Right.
If he lost, he still gained.
Yeah.
He won, he gained more.
Yeah.
So him switching trainers, he's still gaining. Now for Wilder switching trainers, if he switched trainers from Mark Breland, I don't think he'll win the fight. I think he needs to keep Mark Breland and listen to Mark Breland now, because I know it was a lot of not listening in that camp. And Mark just give him all of the knowledge that he has to being a sharp boxer, and he takes that and run with it. Because all that wild fighting is no good,
I mean, he's fought like that for 42 fights?
Yeah, and like going back to if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why they didn't fix it.
So if you're Mark Breeder, you put your trainer hat on, you're Deontay Wilder's trainer, how do you approach this third fight?
Don't wear that heavy ass suit. No.
Go in. I would handle it like this. I would say, look, we're going strictly back to old school. We're going to go back to old school. We're going to go back to Mike Tyson coming with the towel over his shoulders, knowing that you coming in and do a job, get it done and over with.
Yeah.
None of all this fancy, flashy nonsense going on, bomb squad this, bomb squad that. I would take him and make him so secluded from everybody and work with him. I would take him away from family. I wouldn't let him be in the media. I wouldn't let him do any interviews. I wouldn't let him do no commercials. I say, nope, this time we are doing it my way. And my way is this way. Old school Rocky Balboa style.
What about you, Otis? You got your trainer hat on. What are you telling Deontay Wilder as you prepare for the third fight?
Well, he has to have a more efficient jab. He has to jab offensively, and he has to use it defensively to keep Tyson from walking him down. And the other thing is that his footwork is horrible, and I don't think they can have time to fix that. So he has to lure Tyson into his power. So when Tyson is throwing, especially a right hand or whatever, it's easy for him if he would, stop looping the right hand to catch and just shoot a right hand right back. So actually, he should jab more for offense and defense, lure Tyson into his power, into his right hand. And I think he could easily do that, but, is that what he's thinking about? If he's thinking that he can just come in and walk Tyson down, then Tyson's more cerebral, he's going to pick him apart.
He's extremely
Also,
durable.
all he needs is defense. He got no defense at all. Even when he blocks him shots, you don't block him. You don't block him like he just be. So then again, it could be from him just being tired and mixture of everything that was going on with him. But he just like he can pull it off. So his footwork, his defense, and like all Broward said, his style he's not a combination puncher.
No.
But Ray said all he really needs is a jab and a right hand. Learn how to use that jab and then drop the right hand. And he said sometimes throw a hook in there, but it's just, all he needs is jab and right hand.
Heavyweights in general don't need a lot of different weapons. You know what I mean? Good jab and a solid right hand. You guys like Lennox Lewis, Ali, Larry Holmes. Real basic combination punching. You don't need to, for most fighters, all weight classes, but especially for the heavyweight division, belt, the footwork.
Another thing they need to do, what they need to do with Wilder is, like a lot of trainers, training fighters with just a lot of offense. Then I see a lot of trainers, training fighters with a lot of defense. But offense and defense have to exist together.
Yeah.
They have to work simultaneously together. And that's why I understand when I see a real fast mid work, it's real cute and everything, but that's not how a person fights. No one's going to stand in front of you so you can do that, all that. They're not going to do that.
Right. What are your predictions for the third fight coming up?
Oh man! So I pray to God that Deontay just comes and knocks his head into the fifth row. But, it's not going to be an easy thing, and that's just wishful thinking. I believe in statistics. The statistics say that if someone has beat you twice, which, the first time it was a draw, some people say Fury won, some people say that Wilder won. So let's say that in Wilder's head, he's thinking that Fury won the first time. Then the way that he won the second time was just outlandish, right? So with those statistics, Vegas would say that the chances of you beating a person a person, a team, or anybody a third time after they've beaten you twice is slim to none. So I would have to go with Tyson for the third fight. Yeah.
By knockout or decision?
I think that it'll be a decision because I think Tyson will be thinking he'll be very weary of Deontay's power because he knows that he's pretty much a savage dog and he's just looking for that money shot. So he's gonna probably box his ears off.
I'm gonna go Wilder. I think knockout.
He comes back.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come back. Even just like Otis was saying, this loss and everybody talk, making all these funny pictures and stuff. I mean that's just motivating them probably to really go in and be like, no, I'm not. This ain't about to happen. So he's I think he's gonna go in and make a statement. So I think he'll knock him out like the 5th round. Maybe it might go longer, but I think he'll knock him out either way.
5th round knockout.
I'll say 5th round knockout. And Wilder knocks him out. That's the reason why I say that. I say because Wilder has a point to prove now.
Mm-hmm.
He has a big point to prove, and he's one of those guys that you don't want to push him to the corner. You don't want to push him into the corner because he's going to come out like a rabid dog. And I'm talking about he's going to come after Fury, and I don't think it'll pass 5.
I don't think Fury needs to make much adjustments. I think he's gonna keep working on probably adding new things with Sugar Hill. So I'm interested to see what the decision that Wilder makes moving forward, where he sets up his next camp. I think is going to be important. Who's in his corner, I think, is going to be important. And then once that gets started, I think I can make a better decision on how I think the outcome will play out in the 3rd fight.